Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda, and this is Dead Garden Tarot. I said I was going to put out another reading today, and here I am. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty short one, hopefully. Sometimes I say that and it's not, but I'm going to use the Audacity deck. I don't normally use this deck, but I'm being called to use it. Yeah, and we'll see what Spirit has for us, okay? I'm hoping that maybe we can do a little bit more of, I feel like there's been a lot of masculine reads, so I'm hoping maybe we'll have a little bit more of a feminine read. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? I'm being open. All right, collective, yeah. All right, Spirit, what do we have for the collective? Hope everyone's had a good day and is having a good evening. Okay. Yeah. We're off to a good start, right? Not caring. So that's the Fool card. Zero of fucks given. So someone is in an energy of not caring anymore. Nope, I guess not. That didn't feel right. Maybe, yeah, okay. The Hermit? Yeah. I just heard you're getting things done. What else do we have? What messages? Taking it easy, going with the flow. Seriously? Should we have done it the other way? The fair weather friend? And the Tower. Interesting. I'm hearing one more. I was going to ask for one more. I heard someone's letting go. The mom boss. I heard getting things done. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, what can we get for... I feel like, because the mom boss is out here, I feel like this may be for a mother out there. And you could, I'm gonna go with, it could be like children you have, or even maybe fur babies. Okay, let's put that there. And because of this fair weather friend here, I feel like maybe I'm kind of getting like a picture of, there's like this feeling of like, when you have, for those of you that have children, when you become a mother, and even if you have fur babies, right? You could go to like the dog park. You could meet other people with animals and have like a social kind of thing. So when you have kids, you get involved with like mom groups and things like that. And I feel like something about that is no longer working for you, and you're walking away from that. And you're focusing and you're getting things done just on your own. Because there is the Tower here. I just heard you're letting go of remorse and feeling bad. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we have for the 0 of fucks. Right? What can you tell me for the collective with this 0 of fucks, please? The audacity. Yeah, that's what the deck's called. How dare you say such things? The taco. Yum. Okay. And what else do we have? The cold shoulder. And it's interesting because this totally looks like a burp cloth, right? And I even just saw, like, you know how, like, I saw a leather jacket, but, like, you know how someone, like, throws their jacket over their shoulder and they kind of just, like, walk away kind of thing? And with the fair weather friend here, it's like fair weather. You would take your jacket off and walk away. Interesting. I'm not sure. So I'm just getting with the taco and the cold shoulder. I feel like that is speaking of like making better choices for yourself. Like not going with the crowd, right? I think being social especially when you're a single mother and you're doing everything on your own, it is important to get out there. It is important to make friends, but you have to figure out what works for you. And if being social costs you, you know, the peace at home or the peace with your kids, and it's more of just like I don't know, like a getting together to gossip about stuff and you know, talk negatively about exes or something, like I don't know, or like your hardships or whatever it is. I don't know. Hopefully this is resonating for someone. I don't know. Makes sense though. And there's something to say about the nails and the hands around this taco. Love tacos, but sometimes feminines can be really toxic. Like in their chatter, like the gossip and stuff, or just in their social groups and the dynamics of that in general. Like getting together to, I heard leave it. Like getting together because you have kids is a common interest, but that doesn't mean that you have anything in common other than that with the people that you're associating with, right? Okay, what can I get for the Hermit, please? I heard you're growing. There's like, I'm looking at all these flowers in the right direction. What can I get for the Hermit, please? What? Okay. That is a lot. I'm hearing take them. The Influencer. I heard speaking your mind. So maybe you've got like social media and you're focusing more on that. Take it as it resonates. The life of the party. I heard enthusiastic. And the last hurrah. I heard you're giving it a go. I don't know what that means. Like you're giving the social media thing a go? The life of the party. Or, oh, okay. Okay, so because the Hermit is here, what I'm getting from this is like you've decided to go inner. So like mom boss, doing your own thing, the Hermit, you're doing things online. You might have been the type of person that was the life of the party. Again, you don't have to have children. You don't have to be like a mom. You could just even be like the person in your friend group that was kind of like the wise one, the one that people come to cry on or whatever, right? Take it how you will. So like you might have been like the type of person that was the life of the party, right? And you're giving it one last hurrah, or you have, and you're moving away from that because it's no longer satisfying to you and it's no longer what you want because you're growing. And you're saying, yeah, because you're saying bye to these fair weather friends. And there's no gender in tarot. This could be, I mean, it could be for, you know, males as well. Or however you identify. What can I get for the fair weather friend, please? Holy crap. I'm just gonna like, that's too many. Are you serious? Okay, I'm hearing take it. Okay, so mother. The tea. Yeah, this speaks of like gossip, spilling the tea. Perseverance. And strength. Yeah, I feel like that you can, you know, and this might even be with the mother card. I kind of felt like this might have been like an in-law. This could have been maybe even your own mother, or just could be other mothers around you. Yeah, again with the gossiping and the tea. There's like a heavy kind of chatter going on. And maybe instead of indulging in that chatter, you've gone on your own. There's a perseverance and how she has like the snake wrapped around her. You're no longer like indulging in like silly root games. And you're becoming stronger. You don't need, not that you don't need others, because we all need people, but you don't need, yeah, like it. And it, again, I heard toxic, but it doesn't have to necessarily be like toxicity. It could just be like, you know, like dirtying your water or whatever kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, it's just leaving a bad taste in your mouth or whatever. Like you have better things to do, you know what I mean? Like you're tired of the old, the same old. What can I get for the Tower, please? I heard I already told you. So someone you're dealing with isn't listening to how you feel about things. It's too many. These cards want to come out and say a lot. So again, it feels like the chatter. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of maybe pushback. Okay, these are the exact cards that I just put back. Okay, the Zoom meeting. Yeah, the Tower, the Zoom meeting. Yeah, see how she's like, everything's on fire in the kitchen and around her, and like she's being stabbed. Whatever you were dealing with, it's just like not good for you anymore. And it's like burning everything to the ground. And then we have the Star and the Devil. Yeah, okay, so with the Tower, And because you have, with the Hermit, because you have life of the party and the last hurrah, to me that really says something about the Star and the Devil. So you're no longer, I mean, you might have been someone who really likes to be the center of attention. Maybe your shadow and your unhealed self was like, you know, or maybe you just had that like vibrant, kind of exciting personality where you're just naturally the center of attention. I mean, fire and stuff, you could even be, you could have like a Leo sun even. Or just someone who has like a lot of energy. You're no longer, you're taking that, again, with the social media, right? You're taking, instead of being the center of attention around toxic people and stuff like that, it feels like you're going online to find your people, and you're using, you know, your own space as being like the main character of your story, right? So you're taking a look in the mirror and you are, you know, looking at yourself, and yes, you can still be the star, yes, you can still shine, but you're doing it on your own terms. You're doing it on, like, in a healthy way, and you're overcoming this, it feels like, because with this mom boss, right? Maybe you are even a party mom. I'm also getting that as well. Maybe you were like a young mom and you had your kids when you were younger, or you didn't really have a childhood. And so when you had kids, you weren't ready to like really settle down. So you were out there still partying, still going out and doing the things that maybe you shouldn't have been doing. No judgment here. It's your life. You do you. And maybe you're older now and you're realizing that you would like to be at home. You would like to get rid of that. You would like to spend more time with your kids, right? And this is a good way for you to heal that and still get the fun kind of social aspect and being a star and still shining by doing that online. Okay, I like that. That's good for you, right? What can you tell me about the mom boss? I heard drinking. Yeah, maybe you're not like a partier, right? But maybe you just like to go out and like drink. Again, no judgment, I don't care. Have a glass at home, I guess. What can you get me for the mom boss, please? You know, there's a lot of cards on the bottom here, and I just feel like things are really piling up for you. Again, with the mom boss. What can you tell me about that? And you have the perseverance and you have the strength here. So it may be hard right now, and there may be some sort of, I mean, maybe you're going through sobriety, right? Because even she has like a cup of coffee in this one, right? So choosing coffee and choosing more healthy food for yourself than like the party stuff. The mom boss. What can I get for the mom boss, please? I just heard it's not as rewarding. I don't know what that means. Maybe you still have some mental debris to clear out. Maybe a different mind focus. Again, like making healthy choices for yourself. What can you tell me about the mom boss, please? I just heard I already told you. I mean, that's very mom-like, right? Don't make me repeat myself. I already told you. Like, do what you're told. Maybe someone's dealing with their mother. Again, stepmother. Take it as it resonates. Or maybe, you know, you have difficult children. I don't know. It sounds like you're trying to juggle everything on your own. And it feels like you might be frustrated. There's always a period when you make any kind of life choices or healthy choices for yourself. And in any transition, there's always things to work out. I feel like I'm picking up on a feminine who is really sharp right now in her words, because I think she's under a lot of stress because of this change. The audacity and the breast pump. With the breast pump, I heard draining. This really feels like extreme, tired mom energy. Maybe you're a new mom, even. And you've just made the transition into being a mom. Maybe your kids are, because I mean, these kids are a little bit older, but they're still young. I just heard handling and baggage. If you have a partner, you might want to talk to them. But it really seems like you're doing this all on your own, just because of all the cards, the strength, the perseverance, the change in lifestyle, the process of being able to clear out your mind and calm your mind. The more you treat your body with love and respect and kindness and emotionally regulate, the better it is for your children. The more work you do on yourself. We can only love others as much as we love ourselves, and as much as we love our children, the things that we have not dealt with will come out in our words and in our emotions. I am guilty of that when I became a mother first. My life was not good. I was living a nightmare. I was in hell. And I was not emotionally regulated back then. So I was very short, and my tone of voice was always angry and upset. You know, and your kids pick up on that, and they always think that it's going to be their fault, and it really has nothing to do with them, like, whatsoever, right? Because you love your children and you want the best for your children, but you have to also want the best for yourself as well. Yeah, bottom of the deck is a dead-end job. So you might be unhappy in your work. You might be unhappy in what you're doing, which is why I see this like social media presence happening, and this perseverance, because again, with the mom, she's on the laptop, the Zoom meeting, she's on the laptop, and then again, laptop and phone. So, I mean, you could even be working from home, but you're deciding, instead of working from home in like a type of job that you're working from home, you're going to turn that into a social media kind of thing. Okay, that's cool. All right, questions. We're going to use the Lustrous Lenormand. So what can you tell me about, what can you tell me about like the cold shoulder, okay, the Hermit and stuff. So we know that you don't care anymore, right? You're walking away from, it seems like, people that you no longer want to be around. What can you tell me about this, the life of the party? And what was it? The last hurrah? Yeah, I really feel like that has to do with, like, you know, ending kind of like the party situation and the social situation that wasn't in your best interest. Yeah, the house. You're going within your own home. You're gonna make your home your place of, again with the Hermit, a place of safety. You're focusing on your stability, on your peace. Yeah, the Fox. Again, with the Star being the life of the party, you know, you're a very attractive person. You have a lot of amazing energy. You know, you're funny. But like the Fox, also is elusive and goes into a burrow, and you know, the Fox doesn't need to be around a bunch of people. The Fox doesn't need to have people tell them that they're the Fox. They just are. And they're fine being on their own and doing their own thing. The Cross. Yeah, so with the Mother and the T, the perseverance and the strength, I feel like you've cracked the door open on maybe a different set of beliefs. Again, this is kind of giving like sobriety living a little bit. What else can you tell me about the strength and the Mother? And even with the Mother, she's very like goddess-like, right? She's very, I'm getting, not Mary, what is it? Our Lady of Guadalupe? That sort of thing. Maybe you're Latin or Latin descent, or maybe you just really like the aesthetic even. So I got the snake and I got dice. Yeah, I feel like you're rolling the dice when it comes to making the shift over to being home more with your kids and taking this like a different direction when it comes to work. Or even on your spirituality, you know? Giving that like a really good shot. And again with the apple, how it has a bite taken out of it. You're really seeking knowledge out. And because the snake is with the cross, it does feel like this has to do with spirituality and what you believe. Doesn't necessarily have to be that you found God, you're leaning on God, but it could be, you know, something higher than yourself. Okay, that's really good. I like that. It's not easy. It's a hard thing to do, and if that's the choice that you've made for yourself, good for you. You know, you should be proud of yourself. We all deserve to live peacefully and healthily, and to, you know, have a peaceful, quiet mind. Most people don't even know what that feels like. I used to have a very loud head, lots of chatter in my head. And, you know, I was fortunate and lucky enough to come across someone who spiritually helped me with that and religiously helped me with that. And I never thought that I would have a quiet mind, and now my mind, it can be quiet, very quiet. And it was like, I would, like, you know, cry for days and like be so grateful and like feel so blessed to have like a quiet mind. And I really wish that more people can have that. I really want to help people be able to get to that point. And I know it's not possible for everyone, because we all have our mental issues and stuff like that. But I really want more people on the planet to know what that feels like. Okay, what can I get for the Tower, please? What is this? The Zoom meeting, the Star, the Devil, and the odd. What is it? That was this one. Okay. So the Tower. What kind of Tower moment are you going through with the Star, the Zoom meeting, the Devil? The Key. I heard meeting yourself again with this Devil. Looking at yourself in the mirror. The Book. You're learning. I feel like you're really learning about yourself, about your spirituality. I heard what falls. Interesting. Okay. So with the Tower and the Zoom meeting and the Devil and looking at yourself and researching, I like what falls. Like, I feel like you're in the place where you're starting to see, when you choose yourself, when you start healing, what falls away. When you start putting boundaries up, what that looks like outside of you when it comes to like people, places, and things about yourself even. How much of whatever's falling away, how much of that was like an influence? Whether the influence was from other people, other energies, or even just what you were doing to your own body and your own mind. Even when you stop watching certain TV shows and things like that, like what happens with that, like energetically. I heard sensitive. Maybe you're like a really sensitive person and you're starting to see like how much junk will fall away once you start focusing on your boundaries and your self-love. Okay. What can you tell me for the the Audacity? Okay. The Audacity and the Breast Pump. So I got Clover. That's nice. I'm getting like, I'm feeling like such a freshness from this card. Like you're really, yeah, like you're really heart focused. And then I got Masks. Yeah. And again with the falling away. Dropping the masks. Learning to be more heart focused. Maybe finding other people that are also heart focused. And again with the masks, you could be neurodivergent. You could identify with that, and or even when you have like corporate jobs and like online types of jobs, working from home, you know, there's something to be said that like people have you know, a mask or they wear many hats or something like that when they go out into, you know, the working world, so to speak. Kind of like the persona and the character of what you have to be. And you're no longer doing that. You're dropping the masks. Time. I did hear time constraint. That's not what I was going to say, but then I heard time constraint. So I'm taking this in two ways. So number one, what I was going to say is that you should be patient with yourself. You should take your time. It takes time. Not everything's going to come right away. Yeah, just really love yourself and be patient with yourself. And the more patient and compassionate you are to yourself, the more that's going to rub off on your children as well. And also with the time, you're no longer going to be under time constraints when you're working for someone else, because you'll be working for yourself, and that gives you more freedom, and it gives you yeah, there was like a dropping. It's gonna be, again, because you're handling everything on your own, but there's gonna be this sense of like a dropping in the heart, where you're not under someone else's thumb. You know, you can make your own decisions. You have your own time schedule, and you can get things done at your pace and not someone else's. That's nice. Yeah. Wow. We have, I'm going to take that. There's double birds on the bottom. We have owl and stork. I think you're really focusing on your inner wisdom, and you're listening to your heart. You're listening to what you really want for yourself, who you want to be, and the kind of person that you want to be for your children. If you have kids, if this is resonating, please only take what resonates. Disregard everything else. Yeah, I really just feel like, yeah. And because you're healing, because you're trusting your inner wisdom, because you're having that patience with yourself, I feel like the way this stork is flying through the air, I really feel like you're going to be able to be a free mother. You're going to soar as a mother. I heard step into your shoes. Maybe you'll do something that's geared toward children. Maybe you really love children and you want to go into like something that has to do with that. Yeah. That's nice. It's hopeful. Yeah, I heard I'm proud of you. You're doing the work. It's not easy, and you know, one of the most unthankful, you know, hardest jobs on the planet is being a mother, especially if you're a single mother, or a single parent. Yeah, just I feel like there's like tears welling up, emotions kind of welling up in my face, in my cheeks. I'm gonna take that as, again, I'm getting it all up in here too. Make sure you take time to release your emotions and feel your emotions, especially when you are healing. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be about sobriety. It doesn't have to be about anything, you know, like party wise or whatever. It just, everyone should feel their emotions when they're healing. Releasing your tears and releasing, you know, delving deep into those feelings and releasing them is what is going to heal you. It's what is going to heal your heart. And some people really want to be strong for their children. They don't want to cry around their kids. But your kids also have to know that, like, you know, that you have feelings, that you have emotions, and it's healthy and it's okay. Especially, you know, teach your girls that, yeah, you can be strong, but also to teach your boys that, you know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be emotional. You know, there's a time and a place. And then, you know, we wipe our tears and we get back up and we get, you know, we get busy. So, yeah. If this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below. I like when I hear from you guys. And, yeah, keep going. You're doing a good job, okay? Believe in yourself, love yourself, and everything's gonna work out okay. Okay? Peace. God bless.